everyone, John here, All Miniatures Great and Small, and today I thought we'd take a quick look at Battlefield in a Box Painted Tabletop Terrain from Gale Force 9. This is tree lines, and it's something that I've been wanting for my table for a little while. I'm just lazy, I didn't want to build it, although you probably could build something like this fairly easy, but I don't know, I thought it looked pretty cool, so I picked up a couple boxes of these. The box itself contains 4 painted tree bases, 4 large trees, 6 medium trees, and 4 small trees, plus 2 packets of static grass. So you see kind of exactly what you're getting here, as well as the types of grass you've got. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this open and see what's inside. I will say these run about, I think, $25 retail. I picked these up from Miniature Market. Yeah, I think they were a couple dollars cheaper. Alright, so we have our 4 bases, and in there somewhere we've got the trees. The trees come in their own little sleeve here. Basically just slide out. They're in their own Ziploc bag. So here we have we'll talk about these first. These are just 2 little Ziploc baggies of, you know, the static grass. These are Gale Force 9 products. They sell these larger. Really, this isn't enough if you're, if you're like me. This isn't enough to do everything that's in the box. It's more of a sampler of what you might want to purchase. So I really like that color, so I'm probably going to pick up another crate of that. But I'll show you a painted example here in just a second, or a flocked example, I should say. Alright, opening this up, there are very nice. I love their pre-painted stuff. The pre-painted stuff, you know, it can get boring making terrain. You're making terrain, but really what you want to do is build your models and play with your stuff. But this option that Gale Force 9 offers, Battlefield in a Box, give you some pre-painted terrain that you don't need to really worry about. It's there, it's done, and it's ready to go. Oh, sorry. And you can kind of see the different examples they have there. So they have 2 of these with 4 trunks and 2 of these with 3 trunks. And you can kind of see how nice they are. They are, you know, base coated brown, and they're dry brushed. The stones are picked out in gray. The trunks are kind of a tan, ashy color. So, I mean, it's a very nice job. And the trees themselves, I don't think they're anything special. They're kind of like what you'd find at Michael's or Joann's or something around Christmas time. They're little tiny evergreens. But they just have a wire. And if you can see the wire. And basically they just kind of slot in to the trunks. You'll have to use some artistry, I suppose, to mix and match your large and your small or whatnot. So, in and of itself, just out of the box, you've got a tree line. Each one of these is 6 inches long, so you've got 2 feet of tree line, which is pretty good. And you could play these a lot of different ways. Since they're tall terrain, and they're trees, I imagine they could block line of sight. You could play them not as blocking line of sight, you know, just concealment. It's up to you and your opponent how you want to play these, but it gives you a cool, option that comes right out of the board. All right, so I did take one of these and try to pretty it up a little bit. So this is from my other box. Basically, I put some of that flocking on here. I had some other flocking. That's the darker green that you see. And then I took a little tan and dry brushed the trees just a little bit. There's probably a lot more you could do to make those trees look more realistic, but for right now, I think that's good enough. You can kind of see that compared to that. So I think on the tabletop, whether you're using a neoprene mat like I do, or whatever, just a green tablecloth, by flocking the edges of this, they, you know, it just blends into the table that much better. So it doesn't look as obvious. Now you can play with these, like I said, just like that, and have a more obvious line, and it's totally fine. Or you can spend the extra few minutes and gussy it up a little bit and make it look even better. One thing I will note is there is a little warp to these guys, but that could be a shipping thing. I'm in Arizona where it's incredibly hot this time of year, so who knows what happened to it when I was in the box outside. But that will go away, and these will be just fine. So there you go, guys. That is a look at the Treeline box set from Battlefield in a Box. These are Gale Force 9. They are part of the Battlefront family. That brings us Flames of War. So I hope you enjoy this. I did. I'm looking forward to getting these on the battlefield. Since they're 15mm, I could use them for Flames of War and Team Yankee, obviously, but I could also use them for other games as well. I could use these for BattleTech or Robotech, and they're just bigger trees. You know, things like that. You could use these pretty much for any game, because there's really nothing betraying a sense of scale on here. So I guess you could even use these with 28mm people, and you know, it looked just fine. Maybe he's a Christmas tree salesman, but you get the idea. So there you go, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. If you like our Flames of War content, please do check out our Patreon, where patrons get access to a Flames of War battle report every month, exclusive to them. We appreciate you watching, and keep on wargaming.